It's finally time. We've battled our way across the Magic Kingdom, taken down villain after villain, and now it's finally time to face Hades. I've found the final portal. Nikki, the other heroes have gotten us this far. Now it's your turn. Ready?
What are you doing?
Practicing.
You know they ended that game, right?
I never got to defeat Hades. Welcome back, Illumiteers. Today, we're going to take a look at Disney's very first collectible card game, Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom, because we think there are 6 things that we can glean from this game to teach us about where they might go with Lorcana.
For those of you who don't know, Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom was an in-park card game that people could participate in at Disney World Magic Kingdom. When you walked in the park each day, you had an opportunity to get a new pack of cards at the fire station on Main Street. Throughout the day, you could use those cards to battle different villains throughout the lands in order to save the Magic Kingdom from Hades.
How this worked is the cards had a really unique code on them. You would find different portals throughout the park, hold them up, cameras would recognize which card you had, and you could use them to battle these villains. And there was a huge storyline. It was a big thing. Now, I know what you're thinking. This doesn't sound like a collectible card game. This sounds like a Disney World thing. But in actuality, it was. The cards came in packs. The cards had rarities, different types, different combos, different spells, and people traded and collect them and sold them. And as you can see, our collection is nowhere near complete, but we are still working on it.
Yeah, they even had different like attacks and shield amounts, really similar to Magic and what we're expecting to see in Lorcana.
And in fact, there was an at-home component to this. Disney had rules for battling villains at your house. And various people started to come up with at-home rules to battle each other. So it was a lot more like a card game than you might think, although exclusive to Disney World. So let's get into the 6 things.
Oh, good, a new recruit. I suppose then you'll want to know what's going on.
Number 1, in-park exclusives. So what Disney would do every Halloween and Christmas is release a special edition card that fans who were at Magic Kingdom could pick up only when they were there at that time. These cards were exclusive and they became a little expensive on eBay. And now I know what you're thinking. There's no chance they're going to do this with Lorcana because they've already said that they're not going to have unique cards in places where the players can access them. However, there are ways around this. We've already seen a precedent set at D23, where Ravensburger released foil treatments of these first 6 cards. And we can expect that in the first set, we're not going to see that same foil treatment. So players will be able to access a basic version of the card, but a more exclusive version of the card was only available at D23. Second, Magic has pioneered a means to do cards that are mechanically similar with different faces on them. For example, there are Godzilla cards that are the same as other Magic cards, just with a different face. So mechanically, players can access the same card. However, the front of the card looks different. This is a way that Disney could do these park exclusives to draw people into Disney, like they did with Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom, without reducing the chance for players to access the game.
This is my most powerful potion yet. I will be Empress!
The second is actual in-park support for the game. Disney actually invested quite a bit of real estate into Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom. It's our hope and expectation that they will devote a similar amount of real estate to Lorcana. As Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom phased out, we're seeing a new age of Lorcana coming in, and we're hoping to see several spots to actually play the game throughout the Disney parks. Imagine an Oogie Boogie themed bar or restaurant in Hollywood Studios, or a Queen of Hearts themed cafe in Fantasyland in the Magic Kingdom, where you could sit down and play with fella Illumineers or play even like Disney cast members and trade cards and buy specialty packs or anything like that. I mean, I just think that the possibilities for in-park play are really endless. The second part to this is trading with cast members at the park. This is really well known when it comes to pin trading. A lot of people know that they can trade pins with cast members when they go to any of the Disney properties. You saw a lot of Disney World with cast members and Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom. It's our hope that cast members will have Lorcana cards on them that you can trade with them throughout your stay at the parks.
Yeah, look, there's something else we have to address, and this is a good time to do it. And that's the closing down of Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom as a game. Now, I know that we're drawing a lot of links between the two, and you might say, this was a Disney game, this is a Ravensburger game, they're very different things, there's going to be no connection. But they started shutting down Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom in the end of 2020, and its final closure was January of 2021. And if you do the math, this is probably right about the time that they were negotiating a new deal with Ravensburger to launch this game. So Disney said they did it due to lack of interest.
Yeah, but we actually found a few YouTube videos of people playing Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom in the last week that it was around at Disney World. And I don't know.
But there's a line at all the Sorcerer stations.
Because now it's going away.
I know, because look, there's a line at this one, and that one. The lines seem to be about like 3 or 4 parties long. And, you know, each game when you play it is like a minute or two, so you gotta wait there for, 10 minutes to go play it.
It's like the ride line.
A lot of people are really sad that it went. Not a lot of people super happy about it. So, lack of interest, don't think so.
Questionable? I don't know.
You idiots! I don't care if you have to break into every house in this miserable town. Find me those puppies!
So number 3 is the actual range of characters that we see in Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom. In addition to those characters that we expect to see, like Mickey, Minnie, Jasmine, Dumbo, Aurora, we saw a ton of characters Disney dug deep in their arsenal. We saw characters from vintage Disney and lesser-known properties like Doris from Meet the Robinsons, Wayne and Larry from Prep and Landing, the Giant from Jack and the Beanstalk, the Headless Horseman from Ichabod and Mr. Crane. We saw small part characters from popular Disney movies like Maximus from Tangled, Nibs from Peter Pan, the Woozles from Winnie the Pooh. My favorite category, we saw a lot of in-park characters such as the Ghosts from the Haunted Mansion, the Country Bears from the Country Bear Jamboree, the Orange Birds from the Sunshine Tree Terrace, and Rover from the Carousel of Progress. One of the other categories that we saw that a lot of people have issued like speculation about is characters from Pixar. We saw Wally and Eve, Woody and Buzz, Mike, Lightning McQueen, and several Incredibles characters, including Frozone, Dash, Violet, and Mr. Incredible himself. And then finally, my personal favorite, we saw a card of a Disney cast member, which I think is just so fun. It's not a Disney character in the traditional sense, but it absolutely is a staple of the Disney culture and Disney lore. Section number 4 is about movie promotion. I definitely think that we're going to see movie promotion in Lorcana similar to what we saw in Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom. Right after Zootopia was released in March of 2016, that October, we saw Clawhauser featured as the Halloween card in Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom. I think we might see a lot of similar opportunities in Lorcana as films are released in the next few years.
Yeah, we think if you're crazy if you think Disney's not going to use Lorcana to promote their recent films. And we're going to see this happen again and again.
Yeah, merchandising.
Well, what do we have here?
For number 5, I want to talk about scalability. And this is about the approach that Disney took with Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom in terms of difficulty and how we think they would like Ravensburger to approach Lorcana. For those that never played the game, the difficulty of Sorcerers scaled as you went. On the first playthrough, it was really easy to defeat the villains, but on the second and third, it got harder. To be clear, Aaron and I never beat it on the hardest difficulty level. We went through the first difficulty level because you got a free pack of cards when you did it. But other than that, it became too hard. So what this meant was that young kids could access the game on the easy difficulty level and play no problem.
Or us.
Could
access it.
But then as you went on, adults could play the game and explore the game as it was more difficult, it was harder, it was more challenging. We think this is the approach they want Lorcana to take as well. And Ravensburger has actually said in numerous press releases that this will be a trading card game for beginners that's accessible, but also the most advanced and enthusiastic card players. So this is something they're thinking about. Now, don't know how they're going to do it. It may just be that it's a very well-designed game that's accessible for young players, but also challenging, and the strategy gets very, very deep. It could also be, there could be rules or modes of playing where you turn those rules on and off, depending on how hard you want to make the game. That is a mechanic we've seen in other card games. So anyway, scalability, we think it's important.
Stand down, or so help me, I'll drop this rodent into the river.
Finally, number 6, I want to talk about licensing. This one's kind of fun for me. As Aaron mentioned before, we've heard some people muse that Pixar may not be accessible for Ravensburger right off the bat due to licensing deals with Mattel. But we did see those characters in Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom, with one weird twist. I'm going to show you the beta card here for Woody. And then I'm going to show you the final card here. You'll notice there's a difference. And what is it, Aaron?
Slinky's missing.
Yeah, Slinky's missing. During the beta cards, they had Slinky included in the card art. I think the artist probably included them as a background character. But it turns out Disney actually didn't have the rights to use Slinky, so they removed them in the later cards. But what this means, what this indicates is that the deal for these characters to enable them to use them in Sorcerers was done on a character-by-character basis. And even within the same movie, you had characters that were accessible and ones that weren't. And so what this highlights is that there are ways to overcome existing licensing deals that Disney has with other companies, but that those deals are complex, and we may see characters from a franchise come in and other characters left out based on legal agreements that are in place.
Or even songs or articles from those movies too. There's a lot of speculation that we might see songs in Lorcana. It could be that You Got a Friend in Me is in Lorcana, but no Toy Story characters are. We don't know.
That's true. That's true.
I cannot tell you how much I love this game. I gotta tell you, at this moment, I'm really hoping that they come up with something else to bring us in its place. I'm really hoping that whatever it is that is to replace it, let's just put that for a second, to replace it, it's something physical, like cards or something you can collect, something that you can hang on to, something you can bring with you.
So look, Sorcerers is not the only game that we've seen based on a Disney property. We've seen Nightmare Before Christmas trading card game. We've seen a Kingdom Hearts trading card game. There are a bunch. But Sorcerers was the first time that we really saw the Disney fan base and the card game fan base overlap, and we saw what Disney fans would do with these cards. And boy, did they do a lot for making custom cards, custom deck boxes, rules, trading, Facebook groups. They even had cast members go around and sign the cards. So Belle signing Belle's card, etc. And it was really fascinating to see the fervor among the Disney fan base for this trading card game. We do think Disney learned a lot in the 10 years that they ran this game, and that we will see influences of Sorcerers in Lorcana and in-park support and a lot of Disney support for this game. We think they're going to be heavily invested with this, even though it's not Disney running this game. It's actually Ravensburger.
Yeah. So what do you think? Are there certain parallels that we missed between Lorcana and Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom? Drop us a note in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Also, as always, please like and subscribe. It really helps us out. And thanks so much for joining us. Have a great night. I don't know why I said night, because it's nighttime and I'm tired.
All right. For number 5, I want to talk about scalability.
What about scalability, Liam?
Scalability. All right.